as you saw from the intro, Halloween is upon us. And usually I give you one Halloween special per year. This time around I figured, no, let's change it up a little bit, because as we all know, this year is unlike all the other years that we've witnessed, which is why I'm stuck at home for most of October. There won't be a Halloween party this year, but you know what? Halloween will be celebrated throughout October on this channel, which is why I'm going to give you a few Halloween-themed videos throughout the entire month. These can be movie reviews, TV special reviews, TV series reviews in general, or even horror comedies. Everything that I relate to the holiday season is fair game. And you know what? I come prepared. People tend to call me Teen Wolf because of that jacket. I'm so geared up, I'm so ready for this, and I'm gonna kick this off by talking about one of the most iconic serial killer in horror history, Mr. Jason Voorhees. Today we're talking Jason Lives. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, part 6, and you're probably wondering, what the hell, man? You haven't covered 1 through 5. Yeah, I wanted to go for the throne on this one because Jason Lives is my favorite out of the bunch, because this movie is fucking incredible. The plot alone is silly, and that's what I love about this film. This movie knows that it's silly.
Darren, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
I mean, none of these movies are masterpieces, but this movie is very self-aware. It has dark humor, it has meta humor, and that's exactly what this franchise needed, in my humble opinion. Also, it turned the serial killer into a supernatural serial killer, because get this is what this movie is actually about. Tommy Jarvis, the kid that ultimately slaughtered Jason, is now a grown-ass man, but Jason still haunts him, so he wants to put an end to it. Yeah, because I guess being dead doesn't do the trick. So he actually travels to Jason's grave and stabs the body multiple times with a metal rod. However, that rod is struck by lightning, sending electricity into Jason's dead body, reviving him. Yeah, it's kind of like Frankenstein's monster. And now he's back. He's a super-powered zombie, and I love this movie so much. It's just so much fun. This movie has some of the most fun kills of the entire franchise. I mean, he literally punches out the heart of Tommy Jarvis's best friend, and then he puts on a mask, and we have our only James Bond-style Jason opening. It's fucking hilarious, it's fucking incredible, and it sets up the tone for the rest of the film. Because this movie does a lot of the stuff that the other Jason movies do. I mean, it's still him, he doesn't talk, he's still a menace, he's still a badass, and this time around he's so supernatural that he even surprises himself. He is taken aback at how powerful he has become. There's this one great scene where he just throws a dude against a tree, killing him, and he realizes that he just ripped his arm off. That's how badass Jason has become. And this movie, as I said, is very self-aware. People are breaking the fourth wall, talking to us, talking about the fact that some of this shit is silly.
Why'd I have to go and dig up Jason? Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
But you know what? Aside from that, this movie is actually pretty well directed. I mean, it kicks off at the cemetery. This is the first Jason film that actually opens with mood and atmosphere rather than a silly recap or just kicking it off with Jason. And you know what? A cemetery and a thunderstorm always work for me. It just sets up the Halloween mood perfectly. This movie also has a couple legit creepy sequences. I mean, when he's in the room with all these kids, I was worried for these children. I was like, okay, are they gonna kill kids now? They didn't. And the final confrontation between Tommy Jarvis and Jason is also kind of badass, where he finally gets rid of him. Well, I mean, he came back multiple times after that, but this is Tommy Jarvis's final outing. And I love the fact that he kind of brings it full circle, because he drowns Jason once more. That's how he died. I mean, died originally. That's how he's dying again. The acting is not really good. Most of the characters are hollow as fuck, but you know what? This time around, they know what they're dealing with. They're playing on cliches. They're playing with cliches. And at the same time, they're not spoofing the other Jason movies. They just sort of extended the lore and the mythology. And you know what? I like zombified Jason. I want to see Jason as a movie monster because that is sort of what he's always been to me. Because he always came back no matter how many times you took him out. And this time around, there's at least a reason behind it. All in all, Jason Lives is not a great movie or a great cinematic achievement. But this being the holiday season, it's definitely a fun watch. And I'm gonna say that Jason Lives, yeah, actually gets the silver medal. I mean, I'm being super nice to this movie because it just knows what it is, and I think it succeeds in what it's trying to do. It's creepy when it wants to be, it's gory when it wants to be, and it's fucking hilarious when it wants to be. So Jason Lives. Are you a fan of this movie, or do you think it's a massive piece of shit? By the way, I would totally understand you if you would consider this movie to be a massive piece of shit. I just like it. And what's your favorite Jason movie? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.